Agriculture is the greatest foundation of every industry that exists. Grains that fed the workers who's on the run all day. Leaves burn as men inhale its relaxation. The wood that built the place you called home. The roots that healed your wounds. And the fruit that was harvested for your future. All grown by one of the many understated persons in the world, our farmers. Here in the Philippines, from the overall land area of the country, about 43% is covered by agricultural land, which was cultivated by 5 million farmers. About 10 million hectares of agricultural land provides our country a wide chance of economic growth from agriculture, given that our country is of a tropical type with sufficient rain and sun exposure. Yet, the agricultural industry is still down. Most of our farmers doesn't have their own fields to plow. They depend on the land owned by the wealthy people who doesn't even have the knowledge to grow a crop. Most years of this land existence, these farmers gave abundance to the owners, yet they only receive a few, like a grain from a sack. How sad it may be for our poor yet hard-working mans, exerting their efforts on the thick muds and wide plains to grow yields for only few to gain. Yet some landowners don't even stay on those areas. These farmers were the ones who protected and nurtured the land, and they deserve even just a small portion of them to call theirs, as a gratitude to their hard perseverance in maintaining the land. The Philippine Agrarian Reform and the Republic Act No. 6657 of 1988 provide justice to our farmers on the proportion of land distribution with landowners through the long years of cultivating the specific agricultural land. By this, they may have a portion from the land they had been working on legally as for supported by the government. This manner does not say every landowner is sued by this. It is only applicable to those landowners who doesn't even bother to visit this land where the farmers reside to cultivate their lands. Also by this act, it protects the preservation of farm areas to prevent the sale of converting it to subdivisions, which is one of the very obvious problems in the agricultural sector. It is primarily an important subject to discuss in the government, given that this sector is on the top list of essentials, given that anyone is dependent on agriculture. Also, as high technology emerges, our farmers should also keep up, especially the younger generations. Yet most likely, our farmers don't have a decent education due to their poverty state that led their children in a very young age to start helping in the fields. And now, as industrial machineries take over some of the hand tasks of our farmers, they are being threatened to lose their jobs. Even the farmers with small numbers of hectares cannot catch up with farms with these industrializations. By this, results a threatening rate to the value of crops in the market that these weak farmers may receive. As a son of a former OFW who now reside as a farmer, I've seen the struggles on this process from seed sowing till harvest. The amount of financial output in the process is quite big that merely from the details itself you can easily conclude that some of the farmers could not catch this up. That is why it is important that farmers has its ownership on a certain field they work and the knowledge of agricultural innovation and modernization so that even on their least capability they can fight and keep up in the agricultural industry. In behalf of the families of farmers, we thank the government by making the Agrarian Reform a Republic Act that gave our poor farmers defense over their vulnerability on negative circumstances. Though programs, trainings, and seminars were already done under this act, we ask to make these actions more efficient and accessible to our dear farmers.